Welcome back to Journey with Steven, and this is the time of the year, or this is the time of life, trying to find an accommodation here in Singapore to rent yet again. So I'm bringing you guys along with me to check out some properties. Alrighty, the first apartment building that we are checking out, it's called Eon Shenton Way, and it's a 2-bed 2-bath situation. And this is the complex. It is $3,800 a month. It's one of the lower end rental prices that you can find, and it's about 500 plus square feet. So let's go and check it out. Alrighty, first place checked. Eon at Shenton. I am not quite sure because the place is really very tiny. Once you actually fit the bed, there's no more space, and it's so tight to go around the apartment itself as well. I think that's another concern because I still got things in storage. So if I were to bring them out, definitely there's no space. And considering what I have right now outside of storage, I don't think it can fit everything in there. So I will need to chuck more stuff into storage. So I don't think the first place will really work out. It's ideal for people that are like expats that live out of suitcases, and probably if they are looking for a 1+1, so like a bedroom and a study. But otherwise, I really find that it's very hard to live in a 2-person setting or a couple setting because it's really very tight, and definitely not for families. So let's go to the second place right now. I didn't want to film too much of the places because there were still personal items that are scattered all over the apartment, and that the tenant is still there. So I want to give them the privacy and basically less videos, less photos, and just gonna talk about how I see that apartment itself. Kitchen wise, I think the fridge, the freezer is great, the size is great. I don't cook, so the whole kitchen thing really doesn't matter. But it's the bedrooms. The bedrooms are really tiny. I feel like the master and common doesn't have much difference, except for the master having the connection into the bathroom. Another thing with Eon is that it has a large balcony right outside the common room. So the current tenant is actually using it as a laundry space where they hang their laundry, which I can see the use of it. So like in my current building, I have quite a large balcony, and also it extends quite a bit far out from the common room. And that's something I want to avoid, which is these kind of spaces, because I felt like these spaces are underutilized, and it's just not worth paying for space that are underutilized. So I think I would definitely skip even bidding or even offering a price on the apartment itself, and just skip it all in all. So that's my take on Eon on Shenton Way. Alrighty, just done viewing this building complex called Tre Residences. It basically connects from Aljunied Station, which has a sheltered walkway all the way through, which is nice because then you don't have to worry about it raining when you come from work or you are going to work, etc. Just it connects straight to Aljunied Station right over there. Couple of minutes walk, but it's all sheltered, which is pretty nice. It's a kitchen. Dining, we have fridge.
This is not they're gonna repaint some of the areas, touch up paint.
Okay.
Yeah, and also clean up, it's not clean up yet.
There's plenty of storage actually. That's pretty good. There's a lot of storage. Yep. Okay. Sizable.
Track. Let me see. 啊，不是私人的屋子吧，是2楼的啦。
It's pretty good, everything. It's quite fixed. Generally, I feel like it's a very sizable unit. It's a dual key unit as well to consider, so it's a 3-bedder and a studio. So generally how I feel about it, I think I am pretty happy with this unit. It's up for rent already after some maintenance work they're gonna do. So might put in an offer. We'll consider at the end of next week and see how it goes. This unit is asking for $4,800, down from $5,000, but it is quite a bit on the smaller range, maybe because it has been split into a dual key unit. So this 3-bed 2-bath unit is actually about 700-ish square feet, which is quite a bit smaller than the units I'm going to view next, but this is quite an upgrade from the unit I just viewed. But it's a bit further down east, but let's see. Let's see if I'll put in an offer after viewing the 2 more places later in the evening here in the east. So let's see. I think the furthest I will go is Kembangan station, because I want to be within reasonable commute into downtown. I feel like there is a limit on like the market right now and it's not very great options, but there are still some good options that I'm trying to get appointments to view. So let's see how it goes, and if the landlord is okay with the profiles of who will be staying there. So let's see. We'll see. I got rejected twice already because of my profile of I don't know what they're looking for, but they sort of rejected my profile. So let's see how the rest would go. I needed to stay in the east, so I caught the bus number 30, to go a couple of stops from where I was to get to the apartment viewing. But I ended up back here in town on the MCE because I missed a bus stop. Yeah, back here where I was first in the morning. So I still got like an hour to get to the next viewing, so it's still some time. So let's get down the bus and then hop back on opposite direction right now. Alright, the second last property that we are viewing today is at 8M Residences. It seems like a pretty large building complex given the size of the balcony and all, so let's hope that it's great. Let's go check it out. It has been a few weeks since the viewings and I decided to not hit with any of the ones that I shown earlier. Why was because it just didn't felt right to me. Eon Shenton just felt way too small for my liking, although it's close proximity to the CBD because it is already in Tanjong Pagar. The space just wouldn't work out for me. I just didn't want wasted space. The balcony just felt like it was such a big wasted space for the amount you're paying, and it just doesn't resonate with me no more. And then the second property, it just felt like I could use more storage space, and it would have been nice to have a bomb shelter to store things that I didn't really need at all, and I could actually take out things that are in my storage facility that I can put in there rather than storing it elsewhere and be more accessible to my staff. So that's why I decided it's a no-go, and given the price tag, I felt like I can get better deals just around the east rather than placing an offer for Tre Residences. And then right now heading into 8M, it's a very relatively small project, although it is like quite tall in the video itself. It is quite a small project. There weren't that many units. I felt that, however, the units or the unit that I viewed was quite small. I remember walking through the door and on the left was actually like a 2 or 3 seater couch, and the tenant was actually in there watching telly, so I decided not to film in there. But the thing was that it was really quite tight and you have to walk out onto the balcony to lay your laundry because there wasn't much space in the house for laundry. And then on the right was actually the kitchen, and in the kitchen was actually quite a sizable bomb shelter. So I remember the tenant actually placed quite an amount of stuff in there, like their suitcases and all of that. And then there were 3 bedrooms. I felt like the bedrooms were a bit tiny for my liking. Especially one of them was really, really small. So what happened was that the tenant actually converted it to be a study room. The agent actually also said that it is unfortunate that you could probably place a mattress, but it's really very tight. You really don't have space, so you can't really put like a frame. If not, you have to put a foldable bed in there. I really would like to use it as a bedroom, so I decided to skip that option all in all because the other bedroom was just so small. The whole space just didn't feel like it was working out for me, so I didn't place an offer for that as well. Then of course we are going to view the next project. Let's go. I think I saved the best for the last because I really like this last unit. It is fantastic. The living and dining area was spacious and there were very little wasted space on the balcony. There was just enough space to put out a few laundry racks to dry my laundry, and that the bedrooms are very well proportioned out.
The sun, like, so you say like that side is
That's west.
that's west.
So you think you will have the sun coming in?
Just
Just a little bit into the balcony. Yeah. Big size. Yeah, and it's more configurable. They've just installed a little bit of cabinetry. Will be done at the same time. 2 years ago. A lot of storage here as well. There's actually quite a bit of storage here. There's a display. So you see, they are all full height windows, right? And over here, boom. Yeah.
the mirror space is very nice.
That's good. How much?
Yeah, it's just
Just fit. Yeah, it's perfect. LPG tank.
The only downside to this unit for me was that, as I've mentioned, I would love a bomb shelter to store my things that I can pull out from the storage facility at the moment. I think other than that, I really love this unit, which was why I decided to actually put in an offer for the unit. However, it was a bit too late because the landlord was already deciding on an earlier offer that they received, and I think because of my move-in date being much later, it just wasn't to their preference, I may say. So at this stage, I still do not have a home or an apartment to call home. And yeah, the search continues. So follow along and join me on this apartment hunting journey, or home hunting, or house hunting journey, and let's find a place to call home in Singapore. Yep. See you in the next video. Bye for now.